Hello and welcome back to Loud and Proud Orlando here on a Tuesday night for another Pride Pod. I am your host, John Rollins, and I'm here with my co host and friend, Luis Carlos Pineda. Luis, how are you, buddy?
Well, doing great. We the Pride can't be beat. They're still undefeated. Still, literally due to goal difference, not on the top of the table. And as we mentioned here at LPO, I do want to say it's Seb needs to figure out how to replan playing against former foes that they've already faced because some of these foes are definitely doing their game too. They already watched the tape. They're trying to figure out, which pieces to cover and mark and press. And so the good thing is we've recovered Angelina, which I'm happy to see her back on the pitch. And I just can't be happier. I think it's a great momentum right now for the Pride and onwards to Utah, right? The Utah Royals on Friday. Hopefully everyone goes and supports the Pride. Should be hopefully maybe reach 10K, maybe reach 10K. We'll see. Hopefully, and they're playing definitely the exciting soccer here in the city of beautiful, John.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're still undefeated. A couple draws in a row is not as exciting as winning all the time, sure, but let's not forget we're undefeated. We're second in the table. We'll get a little bit more into NC Courage in a minute. We're also going to get into the preview of the Royals, like Luis mentions, and then like a little bit of extra news. So if you're here live with us on YouTube or on X, drop in the comments. We want to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts on the Pride. I'm ready to be back at home, Luis. I feel like we've had what was it, like 3 away games, and now we're finally back on Friday at home for Pride. So I can't wait for that. I feel like there's a lot of excitement around this team and new fans that want to see it. So maybe this is the game, like you said, to break that 10K mark. I'd really like to do that.
Yeah,
But sorry, go ahead.
yeah, definitely. We're seeing a surplus of fans, also OCSC fans coming and joining the party, and I mean this group of women deserve it. I mean they've been playing phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen against Utah. We should be a game that we should have the 3 points on the bag. I mean we're the superior team. We'll discuss that later.
Jen here saying, I would love to see 10K at home.
Yeah,
That's right, Jen.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna definitely be there on Friday. You know
mm-hmm.
who else is coming with me on Friday, Luis?
Oh,
Paula. She's coming with me
oh
as well.
wow,
So Paula's
okay.
good. I'm bringing Paula to a Pride game. I'm sure she's gonna have a great time and enjoy herself. Rachel here says, I'm going to need 400 goals at least. That's nice. I would like that. We'll
Yeah,
see how that
that'd be
goes.
cool.
Let's talk a little bit of North Carolina Courage, Luis. It was a 0-0. I was watching this at the same time as watching the Orlando City game.
Yeah,
So it was kind of difficult for me to watch both, but I did go
same here.
back and watch the highlights, obviously. But most of the time, I think it was one of those games where it just not a lot happened, and I don't think that was just that I wasn't fully paying attention. I think that was the vibe I get from looking at this game. It seemed like they were very good defensively, and we just weren't quite able to break through. Was the main vibe I'm getting from this. But also, we have to remember, and this is my biggest point about this, is that no one has gone to North Carolina yet and got anything. Everyone who's gone there so far has got 0 points. We've gone there and got a point. We could have got 3 points. We were a little unlucky at times, a little sloppy at times. The opportunities were there, I think, to maybe get 3 points in this game. We just couldn't manage to get that goal. But 1 point at North Carolina, a place that no one else has got anything from, I think is nothing to laugh at, and we should hold our heads up high and say that was a good result for us.
Yeah, I mean the Pride had an opportunity to go on top of the table, as Kansas City Current drew against the Red Stars. Unfortunately the 0-0 draw was not good enough. It wasn't enough to to go up, but it was pretty much the first time the Pride were shut out since I think September 9th of 2023, and they play all rain. And so, definitely it's they're still undefeated, they're still unbeaten. Wakemet soccer part is a tough turf to play on. We'll discuss that later too. They have plenty of chances, like you said, but the finishing was something was off there. A lot of people blame it to the field, right? But as you could see right there in that Marta shot, that's also good goalkeeping by Casey Murphy. And but again, we need to take care of those chances. We want to definitely be a little bit more clinical, because and also find a way to close on those games, and close on those chances, because clearly a better team than North Carolina can definitely, could have done some damage on us. But overall, it was a solid game for the Pride, so I'm quite content of the result, John.
Yeah, no, I think, like I said, overall, a good result. We're gonna, as we always do here, we'll go from the beginning. Let's look at the lineup. I think in this one, we were debating, Luis, obviously you weren't here, but I was debating on our last episode with our great guests from Into the Channel, Grant and Dino. We were debating the lineup, and we weren't far off what came out, actually. The only one I got wrong was Hafa. We thought Hafa would be back in the center back, but she was not ready, had an injury or in the report. So Brianna Martinez in at right back. As we know, no problem with that at all. And then Emily Sams. I wish SofaScore would change her name to Emily Madrill. It kind of is starting to annoy me now. It still says that on there. But yeah, Emily Sams in center back. And then the rest of it is what we predicted. Summer, actually, Adriana, we didn't have in there. I take that back. I didn't have Adriana in there. I thought it was going to be Haley and Morgan, but then Morgan was also not able to play in this one on the injury report. So Summer Yates playing that like central midfield role. What did you think about that one, Louise? Summer, it was a bit deeper from her, right? In this sort of 4-4-2.
Yeah, I think it was maybe for Haley to play a solid pivot, and in transition, Summer could have the whole front attacking third by for herself behind Barbara Banda and Marta. She had a little bit more freedom. I think that's probably what Seb wanted to do with her, because she's a very crafty player. She can also hit you from long distance. So um did it work? I feel like Narumi Mute and Ashley Sanchez did a tremendous job trying to contain her. And also Adriana. I think the right side of the Pride, the Adriana and Brianna Martinez, they were more dedicated to contain the left flank by the Courage. Muta had a great game. They also Roush going up deep, so they had a little bit more trouble. And then just the level of what Julie Doyle is doing on the left with Carrie Bello, I like that a lot. I will take that as a huge positive. And Orlando has these pieces that are, again, it was not going to be an easy game against North Carolina, because, again, they look at tape and they figure out where can we exploit their deficiencies here, right? And so Seb has a double of a tactical task to figure out, how to beat this team again, with new things, trying out new things. So, in the end, I mean, you could still see that the Barbara and Marta connection up top is pretty lethal. It's just that it wasn't their night, I feel, in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think usually we go through and talk about the goals at this point, but here it was just a case of we couldn't finish the chances. It was a little bit sloppy, maybe some decision making went a little differently in terms of actual attack. We had 21 shots and 5 of them were on target. I mean, compare that on the other side. It was the same on there. They had 14 shots and 5 on target, so we actually had the same amount of shots on target, but we had two big chances according to SofaScore that they did not. So I think there was opportunities there to win this game. We just weren't quite clinical enough. One of the things I noticed was Barbara would do her usual thing, pick up the balls, drive up into the field. She'd
Correct.
get up into the wing, like off just to the like left or right of the box, and she would cross it back inside. I feel like this was a play they've been working on or something they've been doing in training because it happened a lot. And sometimes those balls back across from Barbara wouldn't find the player, or the player wasn't there, or it just wasn't really working out. Especially you'll see there's a few times in the highlights you can see that happening. And one time she does connect, and the ball gets to Marta, and then Marta misses it, or the ball goes to Julie and Julie has a bad shot. So it wasn't all coming together, but I definitely think we had the opportunities to win this game. We just weren't quite like here exactly. Barbara comes across, Marta has a shot. It's good, but it wasn't good enough to test the keeper with the shots. Or but I think the interesting thing for me was Barbara was getting up the field and looking for the pass more than shooting herself. I think in this game, I think she did sometimes shoot, but more I saw her looking for the pass. Did you see similar things, Luis?
Yeah, I think with Barbara Banda, she's getting used to be a multifaceted attacking player, playing in the middle, playing as a nine, playing as a 10, playing a little bit back, playing as a winger. I think when we see Grace Chanda coming into fruition here, I feel she's going to have one specific role at this point. And that's when, I feel Grace Chanda could probably go more towards the wing and be the one as assisting for her to score. So in one flank, you're going to have Adriana, and another flank, you're going to have Grace. Or maybe Grace is going to play more of like a attacking midfielder role there too with Summer, right? And so have maybe one number 6. It could be Haley, right? Haley McCutcheon, and then you have Chanda and Summer Yates as attacking midfielders right there to open up a little bit the attacking third for the Pride. Now, um, you know, let's read some comments here because there's a lot of comments right now, real quick. Do you think the Pride can win this week? Yes. Do you feel? Yeah.
100%.
Lyson Mulenga. It says, why are they doing this to Barbara Banda? They're depriving her. They're not passing her balls. And it's like the coach has told Banda something because she was shooting. I don't think so.
I mean,
I mean, I just,
they are passing with her. I
yeah,
think if you're talking about that, she, like I said, she wasn't shooting as much in this game, and she was passing a bit more. Maybe they wanted to get her to do that a little bit more. Obviously, she could shoot, but she needs
yeah.
to also be a team player. We don't. It's not always about just Barbara doing it all on her own. I just think this game it wasn't. It didn't quite go off. Yes, License says she wasn't shooting today. Jealous won't take the team on top of the table. Let play free. The coach what have done. Look, I don't think he's stifling Barbara. I think he's probably just said in this game they're
Yeah.
gonna crowd you out, but look for the pass, and that way, if someone's because look how many times people are free. It wasn't that we weren't making it work. It was just the final shot was
Right.
bad.
Because she's a target right now,
Yeah,
too.
like look,
So,
she gets the ball and they all
look,
surround her, and then she can make a pass off to
right.
to the player that has nobody around her. It just didn't quite work. I don't think that we're stifling Barbara. That's definitely not the case here.
I mean, she definitely has the talent to. I mean, if she wants to do a Ronaldinho and dribble past everyone,
And at
she
times she does. Like look
she
at
could
this
certainly.
here. She
She's
hit this a
physically,
great shot.
she's yeah. You see, she's physically imposing. She can hit you from any angle, but I feel
She's a team player
that
too. You see that.
exactly.
She's not a selfish player, and she shouldn't play that way in my
and
opinion.
and and not only that, but also it's good for her to not to be a Duracell bunny and just go a million miles an hour the whole game, because that could create some injuries and some knocks. Okay, she's gonna go all out against North Carolina, and then what happens if she cramps, or she gets, a little bit of a tear, then we're out without Banda for 3 or 4 games. You know, she needs to learn how to play collectively with everybody, in my opinion. And again, it's part of just the process. You're talking about, you have Marta there, one of the best strikers and best players in the world,
And we
right
should
now.
not forget as well that this is Casey Murphy, U.S. national team
Right.
goalkeeper. You've got Kaylee Kurtz and Maelia Berkeley, who are two of the best center backs in my, like, probably the best center back pairing in the league. Then you've got Roush and Luisi. Like, it's the Ashley Sanchez, like the Denise O'Sullivan, like the defense and the back six is very good for them. So it's not surprising that we found it difficult to score in this game. I think we shouldn't underestimate that they are very difficult to beat at home.
So this is another chance for Orlando Pride right here, a clear chance, and this goes from
Yeah,
Adriana.
yeah.
And and
Adriana
and
to Martha, and Martha with the poor header, sadly.
and this is another player. I don't know if you can attest to this, John, that was a little selfish when she first got to the Pride. She was dribble. She tried to dribble past everybody.
I mean, she
She
could, she could.
but
That's the
but
thing.
now she's doing transition plays and actually passing the ball. Look, she's actually slowing down and just looking for the cross, and look, wide open. Marta was wide open right
I
there.
think here the ball was a little bit high for
Right,
Marta and a little bit hard, like, but the idea is good.
right.
Definitely. The idea, I mean, looking for these situations where we get to those positions on the side of the box and we're crossing back in is so dangerous when it connects and they have time to make the shot, because that player, the ball goes from left to right, the whole defense is thrown off. They're out of position. It definitely works. We just couldn't, like I said, we couldn't finish. Do you want to read the rest of the comments we have here, Luz? We've got
Yeah,
some
yeah,
great comments.
yeah. Go Haley number 2 says Tommy Coffin. Thank you.
I assume that's Haley
Jen.
McCutcheon, not, and Haley number 1 is GM Haley. I think what Tom's saying.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Haley number
Uh,
2 is
we beat
teammate
them
Haley.
4-1 though, says Jen. It says Shinta. When Adriana first came, she was passing too much, and they wanted her to be more selfish. There you go. If that ball fell to Banda instead of Allen, I bet Orlando would have walked away with 3. I agree with you. We're in such a good position. If a draw in hostile territory, it is this frustrating. It says, yeah, I mean, it's a tough stadium to play in.
I mean,
So
that's true. Like, what are we, I keep
exactly.
telling my that I've got to be, what are we complaining about? We
Well,
have
this is
not
good
lost a
though. I mean,
game.
this is good
We're
talk.
in
I mean,
seconds. I agree that it would have been nice to score. And I think we got so used to winning and scoring that's a little bit, like, we got a little bit greedy, I want to say, like, not in a bad way, but we're like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I think it's going to come back on Friday. We'll talk a bit more, but the goals will come.
correct. It says taking Banda out in a 0-0 game with 6 minutes left was a terrible decision. Banda was the only one pushing hard for those last 10 minutes. I
I'm
mean,
surprised
that's
they didn't take her out earlier. I think, like, when we talk to Haley, we know that obviously she wants to go to the Olympics,
Mhm.
and we know that, they want to make sure she gets there. So it's a case of managing her minutes from a, make sure she doesn't get injured perspective. I think if we score, they would have taken her off earlier. And that's
of
just my
course,
personal opinion.
of course.
I don't want anybody to think that I know anything about any of this. I don't. I'm just my own opinion.
No, but I agree with you. I mean, you want her to play for Zambia. You're not gonna let her go all out. Now, if we were if this was a final or in the playoffs, then I'll say yes, play a full 90 right there, because all bets are off. But at the moment, we're in a great position. It's just a matter of managing minutes, and also all the other players need to step up, because then you have Banda dependency. Do you really want Banda dependency? I don't think that's also a good thing. It says, let's bounce back this week, says Joshua Tall. It says, go Pride. It says, Tommy Coffin. It says, thank you so much. Hey, John and Lewis, says Joshua Tall. Thank you so much. What a great game by Anna Morehouse. Do we say that?
Yeah,
What do you
I mean,
think?
I
She's
she
playing phenomenal, man.
what a save she had on that
Yeah,
1v1 in the
yeah,
you have that? The just before this, Luis, on the
yeah. It's
highlights,
before this,
yeah.
yeah,
The 32nd minute. Ashley Sanchez, by the way, I think she's a great player. I know I've been watching her this year, and
yeah,
I think this game, she was their best player, and she ran that midfield.
yeah, yeah. Right here, I think when they make a mistake,
Yeah. They win the ball back.
yeah, yeah, right here, I think. No, that's another. We already saw that. Oh, there you go, right here. Yep. Yeah, Ashley Sanchez is phenomenal. Yeah, right here. Look at that. Look at that save right there. Boom.
Anna with the feet.
We call it La Pulpa, man. Just
I
jig.
mean,
Just
what a great ball that is, though. And
yeah,
Ashley Sanchez threw 1v1. Anna saves it with her right foot. That's just instinct. That's like, we know
yeah.
she's a great shot stopper. We know that. It's the other stuff that she's been working on and getting better at that she needs to keep up. But her shot stopping is yeah, really really good. And
So,
she's another clean sheet for her, right? I think that I haven't checked, but
yeah,
she should
it's
still
another
be at the
clean
top. I
sheet.
think of clean sheets in the league.
Yeah,
Don't quote me. I'm about to check that.
it's another clean sheet for Anna Morehouse. I'm gonna get you the info right now.
And the
And
back line again, like we talk so much about, okay, we didn't score the offense, but okay, another shutout in a place that no one else has done that. They've all lost.
yeah, Anna had 5 saves on the night, fifth clean sheet of the season, and she's tied for the league lead. So she can win the Golden Glove awards right there for hopefully keep imagine going from a blooper to being one of the best keepers in the NWSL. That's huge.
One of the things when we did that interview with Haley Louise, I realized was that there are a lot of bloopers, and I actually went back and watched a lot of the games. I watched
Yeah.
all of the goals because NWSL is this really cool thing where you can watch all of the goals from each game week. So I watched every single game week, and there's a lot of teams out there with some of these top goalkeepers like Casey Murphy and Campbell, and they've all got a silly error in them here or
Yeah.
there, making
Yeah.
something stupid. So I think we see it obviously because it's pride, but this is happening in other goalkeepers in the league, not just Anna. So um, we
Look at that
shouldn't
drive by
take
Banda
excuses
right
there.
there. Look at that drive by Banda right there.
This was all her, and
That
then
was
Adriana.
that's so frustrating right there.
That was the story of this game, man. Barbara
Yeah.
got up there, set it up, and we just couldn't put it away. This one.
Yeah.
But I feel
And
like a draw was, I don't know. I think we
um,
probably deserve to win, but I'll also think a draw is not bad. What do you
against
think?
a tough team like North Carolina in a hostile environment, just like Rachel said, I agree wholeheartedly on the point. I'll take the point all day. But like, look, North Carolina they
They
have
had
blood.
some chances, like we said, like
Yeah,
1v1. Yeah.
they really wanted Orlando to get punished. I mean, and they were playing very physical, and that's probably what Sepp said. I don't want to like risk my top striker, you know. And then then you also give your other players the benefit of the doubt, like Amanda Allen, which didn't pan out probably the best way for them because Amanda missed quite a good ball right there. But
What a
then
ball that
again,
was.
you have to give every single player on the pitch the confidence to be confident enough to secure the 3 points, right? And it
Well,
is
even there, you see Barbara, she
yeah,
does take it herself, and it's
yeah,
even for her, I
yeah,
mean, a deflection by the looks of it, but it wasn't our night, is what I'm saying, in front of net. Sometimes you just have those nights where it's not bouncing for you. You're
right,
not
right,
gonna
right.
get that luck. The shot's not getting off. They're blocking everything. The keeper's not making any mistakes. You're gonna have those nights, even for Orlando Pride in this
Yeah,
form that they're in.
and
So. One thing we haven't talked about yet, and JA Texas has made a comment on this. Was really good to see Angelina back.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, it was Angelina coming off on the bet. Sorry, coming off the bench at the 74th
For
minute for
summer
Summer
Yates.
Yates. So yeah, I mean, I expected her to be out a little bit longer than she was, Louise. I think she's recovered. Consider she had surgery
Yeah.
in when was that? Like the end of I want to say in May sometime.
Yeah.
She had
Yeah.
surgery, so it's fast. Like that's 6 to 8 weeks. And she didn't look like she was off the pace completely. She looked ready to go when she came on. She was like we expect when Angelina's playing. She's lively. She's a big part of our attack. So I would love to see her get the start against Utah, but we'll talk more
Yeah.
about that.
So just like you said, this draw marked the first time that a team has taken points from WakeMed Soccer Park, which is their stadium, which the home side having won all matches in WakeMed prior to Saturday night. So it's a great result. Pride are this is the first time that also the Pride were held scoreless in 16 matches. And that is the first time in the NWSL history to go 11 straight games without trailing at any point. It's a great data right here. And also, Julie Dahl with the 50th match in a Pride jersey. So I remember when Julie got drafted. I remember when they did media day, it was her I was her first the first person she gave an interview. Yeah. It's awesome to see her like thrive like now.
She's a big part of this squad, man. I
Yeah,
feel
for
like
sure. And she's such a positive
she's a
influence.
veteran of the Pride team, really, in lots of
Yeah.
ways.
Derek
Uh,
Parker. Oh,
Shita says a lot of those teams who don't have the defense Morehouse has. If you talk stats, she has one of the worst goalkeeping prevented per 90.
hmm.
Okay, I mean that's fine, but I could also talk stats say she has the most clean sheets, and yes, that's partly defense, but that's also her. She is the goalkeeper, so I get it. I understand where you're coming from, but I think maybe because Anna has like had struggled last year, she's kind of having to convince people more this year, right? With her performances and like that mindset. For some people, like I'm on board. I believe in her. I think she can do the job. But some other people are not fully sold yet on Anna, and I can respect that point of view too.
And then we got the standings, right? So look at that right here.
Shinzo also says Doyle might not be renewed for next season. So Luis, your favorite player? We don't know. We'll have to see. She's not on. She's not yet, but that doesn't mean she won't be here. Well, I'm hopeful
We'll
for
see. I
Julie.
mean, we'll
Yeah,
see. I mean, will can Julie play in any other team in the NWSL and be a probably starter? Yes.
yeah.
It'd be like another Phoebe McClernand. She'll thrive. She's thriving right there in Seattle right now. But um, you know, my former favorite player too, Courtney Peterson too, gone.
Yep.
I keep getting brokenhearted, guys. I don't know what's happening here. Like, you know, uh,
You can't get too attached, Luis. That's the
yeah, I'm
thing.
getting too attached, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah. The NWSL table, as you brought up here, obviously we're in second, undefeated. Casey Current, just that thorn in our side. You know what I mean? They are also undefeated. They've had their draws too. Like we're going to be up and down. They're going to be up and down.
Yeah,
But I think it's good to have a rival that's doing as well as we are. I want to have that fight in the top of the race. Like obviously, you want to be top, but I'm excited by the battle that we've got going on here with Casey Current. Do you see it that way, or you just want them to go away?
no, yeah, I think it's great for it's gonna be fantastic facing them. I think that's the game, and that's gonna be a soaring point for the Pride. At that point, you just ride solo up top. Hopefully that's the case. Casey Kern right now has all the media and all that stuff because of their ownership. But the Pride right now are playing the best soccer, in my opinion. If you think about it, defensively and offensively, I mean, I think they've demonstrated to be quite a tough team to beat. You know, coming from Washington having a great squad and Gotham, obviously we still have to face them. Gotham is also going to be interesting facing Gotham. I'll say it's going to be a huge test. Um, I'm looking forward for that for sure. So KC and Gotham to me are going to be the ones that, you know, if we truly make them look silly,
I think it's like a
I'm
five
I'm gonna
horse
start
race.
getting some butterflies in my stomach, man. I'm gonna start like, you know, thinking, you know, championship. You know, and
I,
start getting a little cocky here.
I think Casey, Karen, and us, are we're in like the 1, 2, and we're like the S tier. We're doing the
Yeah,
everyone tier. We're S tier, right? Then A tier right now is Washington, Gotham, Portland. Those three could easily be up there in 1 and 2. Any of them. I think that top five as it is now are gonna be the top five at the end of the season. They might move around a little bit, but I think that, I've been really impressed with the Washington Spirit. Obviously, they're 4 on the bounce. They look really good. Corey Bethune is insane. Obviously, Portland Thorns are the Portland Thorns, and Gotham are just full of stars and figuring it out. So it's hotly contested, but we have every chance. And we're thought of in that S tier by a lot of people. So I think some people have us for the end of the season to win something, right, Luis? You weren't here last week, but we talked about that with the ITC guys, and I said, what do you have? And both of them had us either the Shield or the Cup, and I think
I
that's
won the
correct. I think we're
cup.
gonna win one of them.
I won the cup. I won the cup.
I want the Shield.
I won the cup, man. I won the cup because it'll be just funny, you know. After, you know, for 4 seasons I've been covering the team, and then for the Pride to actually, you know, win it before Orlando City is just like slap, you know, like slappity slap, you know. Yeah, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be fantastic, you know. And it's gonna bring some eyes to the city. First major championship for the city of beautiful. You know, not even the Magic. You know, Orlando City got the U.S. Open Cup, but you know, I don't know. We no longer play that thing. So
I mean, no one has won the Cup for their league, right? I mean
correct.
that, yeah. And Derek Parker here says Pride definitely playing better than
Yeah,
collectively than KC. Shinta says we'll beat KC if we fight to earn corners. They can't defend them worth shit. Yeah, I mean that is correct. Everybody, like, it's KC's like their kryptonite is corners. So hopefully, with the likes of Angelina and Marta putting them in and Banda in the box, we can use that to our advantage as well. Rachel says KC have a really high goal scoring game to get results. Yeah, they have to they like have to outscore the other team. We've seen that a lot. It's like 4-2, 5-2. Like they're not so great at defense, but they do score a lot of goals. Jen says, "Come on, y'all, we are one club."
no, yeah, I
Love that.
agree. I just, you know, some of the fans, like, you know, sometimes, you know, I just think it'll be great, you know, to have that cup, you know, for the city in general, and also it will push the other side to, hey, you got the Pride right here. Look, everything's right on point. Coach, players, scouting, you know, it's gonna put those championships push you, and I think that's what the city needs. So hopefully they
I
win
just
it.
I just don't want to bring that bad juju over here, Luis.
Right.
Let's not,
Yeah,
everything is good in Pride Land.
yeah,
Let's
I think
let's
it's
keep it
great.
that way.
Um,
Rachel says, "I want all of it,
yeah,
and all of the gold and everything."
that's
Yes,
right.
yeah, we want to win it all. We love it. Yes. Jen says, "Trust me, I get it, but I'm going to resist that urge. I want City only fans to convert."
Yeah,
Yes, yeah, yeah. We
yeah, we
want to.
want the
We want to. I
same.
just want more butts and seats. I don't care if you're a City
Yeah,
fan or a pro. Like you're. I just want. I this team, and I think everyone agrees, deserves 20,000 in that
correct,
stadium. Like one
for
of these
sure.
games before the final, because if we're gonna
Packed,
get there, right, or at
sold
least
out
before the playoffs, because we're definitely getting the
for sure,
playoffs. Knock on
for
wood. I'm
sure.
knocking on wood here in case I jinx us completely.
You imagine for
Then
the squad to see a sold out crowd. That would
yeah,
be
we need like
huge.
playoff game definitely, but I want to get it up there before, and it's growing, and 10,000's that next mark. So let's keep pushing for that, and hopefully that brings us nicely, Luis, on to talking about Utah. So Friday night, June 21st at 8 p.m. We will be playing the Utah Royals. New Utah Royals this year, but obviously a new iteration of an old team. We already played them once already, and we got the win in their house. I believe it was it 1-0, Luis. I want to say, yeah, 1-0. We won at their house last time with a goal from Marta.
Yeah,
So now we got to do it again at home. They come from the I don't know what you call it when the two new teams in the league play each other. It's like the new team cup or something. But they played Bay FC last game, and it was up and down that game between them. But they managed to steal a winner right at the last minute there with a header in the 89th minute to get 3 points, and they haven't won, Luis, in a long time. They haven't won since before they'd played us last. So,
yeah,
and they were on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were on 6 wins. Sorry, 6 losses on the bounce before they managed to beat Bay FC last week. Um, so somebody asked earlier, can we beat? I think it was Joshua. Can we beat Utah? 100%. We can beat Utah Royals, and not only can we beat Utah Royals, I think we went away to the Wave, which was a tough away game, and we had another tough away game at NC Courage.
correct. Yep.
This is the relief. This is the okay. Now go beat the living crap out. Like seriously, I wanna see some goals. I want to see us go all out attack. Let's smack the Utah Rolls around. You know what I mean? Like I'm serious. I want to see that. Is that just me? Am I feeling feisty, or do you expect that too?
No, no, I don't. I feel like you're gonna hit him with a rock bottom. You're gonna hit him with a people's elbow. You're gonna hit him with the F5 with a Stone Cold Stunner. I think it's a great opportunity also for fans. 400 goals. Yeah, like Rachel said. You wanna make sure that you want butts in seats, right? So this is your chance because you're facing a team that we're not gonna disregard that they just beat Bay FC, but again, it's inferior competition, quote unquote, right? So you're supposed to definitely just let loose and have three attackers, have fun, attacking mids everywhere. So I agree. I think with the four women backline that we have there, the four players there, I think we're going to be enough. Anna's in a high momentum right now too, so then we got this. We just got to give the fans what they want, which is wins and goals, and tons of goals. So I agree with Rachel with the 400 goals.
You want to read Jan's comment there?
Yeah, Jay Texas says the Utah goalkeeper is good. She saved them from the score being higher than 1-0 last time we faced them. That's right. Yep. Shinta says, "Yup, hot. I won hot in Orlando." Says, there you go. There you go.
I
That's
don't know
good.
what that means, Shita, but I'm sure it's cool. And
Hot
yeah,
in her.
I'm not down with the kids, Louise. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to do a WSL style Chelsea versus Bristol City 8-0 butt kicking or anything, but we can absolutely win the game comfortably as long as everyone doesn't relax too hard and slack off, which I don't think we have that poor mentality anyways. No, oh, Hot is the Utah goalkeeper. There you go.
Got you. I thought you were being like hot in a
Oh,
weird way.
I
I had
feel,
the last game they had in goal Amanda McGlynn.
yeah,
So maybe that was a different goalkeeper. I don't know. Is she injured or something? She wasn't playing last game, according to
yeah.
Soccer Score.
Well, it could be an 8-0. butt kicking event. But I think with look, even if the fans see a 3-0 win, I think it's a great win. You just gotta give fans exciting football, which is what this team has been doing since the beginning of the season started. They've been playing phenomenal. So
Wow. See, this is why SofaScore needs to update when people
yeah,
get married, man. How am I like? Come on. Rachel says it's the same keeper. She's got married. Okay, now
they
I understand.
because
They don't update it.
they don't believe in
It's the Madrill sound. It's
they
definitely
don't
the Madrill
they
sound.
don't they don't believe in
I'm
marriage.
going to petition. I'm going to write a letter. I'm going to write a letter to SofaScore and say, please, can
Come
you
on, guys.
update the following players?
This is yeah. So
Anyway, yes, Amanda Hawk, yes, played very well. She is, of course, and also Kate Delfava had a great game and got the goal on center back for them. So they look. They're a lot about Ali Setner. They're a lot
yeah,
about they've. I think many of the pundits still think they're trying to figure out what they are about. The
right.
Utah Royals. It seems like they just keep trying things and they don't like have a clear identity as a team. They're a little bit lost. And
Yeah,
in
there
this
are
last game, the Bay FC were all over them in the first half. Like they
yeah,
should have
Kunda
Bay
Jandi
FC
at
should have
some
scored a
point.
bunch. Yeah, like it was not like I think they kind of stole a win here. So I still expect us to, put the sword to them, as it were. Hopefully, we'll do that. Obviously, like I said, Ali Setner is the main threat for them. Also, Henry or Henry, if you're French, in the D mid is
Yeah, and
incredible. Well, I think one of the better D mids in the league, or has been historically. French national team, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah, here's some of the highlights here. And that's Bay FC right there. Like look at that right there. That goalkeeper definitely saving. Yeah, that's Gundajani right there. Right there. Boom. Good coverage. Oof, that was a great save right there too. They had some chances, so I agree with you, John. They stole a win right there. They definitely stole a win, and that's why it's they're coming in good momentum. It's another huge save by the AFC keeper right there.
Shinta says ref totally did Bay dirty that game. Same ref that got dog so wrong on Yates.
Oh,
See, this is the thing. I didn't watch this game. I went back and watched the highlights. But we don't see any. Obviously, if you're not catching the game, they're not putting these horrible ref
ooh,
decisions in the highlights.
was
That was the header.
that was a stunner right there.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
I mean they go nuts.
Yeah,
It was a big
but
game for them.
it's like they
Like,
won. It's like they won the World Cup.
well, their opportunities for points, I think, are limited. So when you're playing another team that's at the bottom of the table, that's also having their first year in the league, that's a big opportunity,
Yeah,
and they took their 3 points, so they were excited about that. But
yeah. I mean,
I
they're
don't expect to see these celebrations at our house, Luis.
yeah, yeah. They're growing. I mean, they're it's their first year in the NWSL, so I
Oh
mean,
wow. Rachel says, and even Pro posted that Doxa was the wrong decision. Wow, it must have been really bad if they admitted it was wrong. They don't do that very often.
hmm.
Luis, do we have do you want to show some training footage or the pregame interviews that we should like Seb's thoughts
Yeah,
on
we
Utah?
yeah. Give me 1 second. I have to. I don't know why Google always asks me for my password.
You're good.
Let
I'll
me
read some comments while you
yeah,
bring that
read some
up.
comments real quick.
But every time they get it wrong, it's always against Orlando. I mean, yeah, it is against us, but they are also getting a lot of other things wrong around the league. But I don't know. We seem to get our fair share of bad calls. I don't like to beat that drum because I think then we're really moany
The
and
ref,
complainy. But it does seem like we suffer from, especially this season. And like we talked about, I talked this about last episode, but the bogus calls, the VAR for nothing, like
yeah, for
the
nothing. Yeah,
looking at phantom I don't even know what you're doing. You just want to use VAR for the sake of VAR sometimes. I don't know what that's about. Rachel says it was most Oxo of all time. Love that. Shit says it must be the weather. Says they can't handle the heat. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
probably true. They don't.
it is pretty hot in her for sure. Like I came
Yeah,
from London. London was like beautiful, you know. I wore my Adidas jacket, you know, the three stripes, you know, rocking it, and then came here. I because the whole humidity, I was like, was like just sweating all over. That's crazy.
I like that though. When you get to the airport and you walk out and it hits you like a wall of heat.
Like a
That's
punch
how
in
I know
the
I'm home,
face.
baby. That's how I know.
Yeah,
Some
like a
people hate that. I love that, but I'm weird. Jen says the refs favor the popular teams. I mean, there's potentially some truth to that. I don't know if we can, speculate exactly, but we do see some calls for the bigger stars. I would say around the league sometimes, but that happens at every soccer league in the world, so that's nothing new. Luis, obviously they were back in training
look at
and back
that.
here in
Who's that?
Orlando.
Who's there?
Macron.
No, isn't this Sophia Manor?
Oh, is this Sophia?
Yeah,
Yeah. Remember, Haley
there
said
you
she
go.
was close to coming back.
You know,
Yeah.
and
So I mean, competition for goalkeeper is still going to be a
that's great.
thing.
Goalkeeping Corpse got a boost right now. So
Shinta says, "Oh look, Mana, she's alive." Yeah, we we confirmed that. Haley did confirm that she's alive.
yeah. So
Um, yeah. Uh, Jen said, "I'd argue more popular players get leeway than popular teams does, but that the refs are more incompetent than they are biased." Yeah, that's probably true. I think that it's a more case that the refs are just bad.
yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
Rachel
the
agrees. It's just badness.
look at the speed of Matt Crown, man. I mean, like,
I also saw that Macron is offering lessons to anybody. I think it was high schoolers. If you want to put that
yeah,
out on Twitter, so
yeah, for
if you
sure.
need to learn from a
Look at
prior
that, man.
professional goalkeeper, go hit up Macron.
Yeah, Matt
There she
Crown
is. You
right
can
there.
learn. You can learn to shot stop like this.
Exactly.
I think a lot of people forget that, Luis, and we have to point that out. That enough. Some of these athletes they need summer jobs. They're not. It's sad to say, but
Exactly.
they're not making enough money to sustain them year round as an athlete. So it's a lot history in women's sports, especially in
I know
soccer in this league.
Julie Doyle had a camp
Yeah,
too at some
and I,
point.
I no shame in that whatsoever. You gotta do what you
Yeah.
gotta do, and I think that it's bad that they're not paid enough, honestly, to have
Yeah,
that time off.
I
But
agree wholeheartedly.
I also think it's amazing the hustle and drive that some of these players have got to go through to be a professional athlete. They've got to have other jobs too. You want to hear from Summer?
Summer Yates.
All right, everyone, we are joined first by Florence Summer Yates. Summer, happy belated to start.
Thank you, thank you.
Going into this week, match on Friday on Prime Video. What kind of match are you expecting against Utah?
Yeah, I think Utah they just got a good win against Bay. Any game again in the NWSL is going to be tough, but we're just trying to keep our heads down, focus on our principles, and do what we know how to do.
You already played them at their house
Yeah.
earlier this year. You got a one up win. How do you feel that's going to kind of change, like in terms of the way they play here?
Yeah, I think everyone wants to beat us right now, so
Yeah.
I think just focusing on what we do best and scoring goals, that's something that we really need to build on since we didn't get the results we wanted to the last 2 weeks. So yeah, just doing what we've been focusing on all week, and I think we'll have a good result.
For you personally, just being able to start a lot of games this year and kind of having a resurgent year from your rookie season, how has that been just in terms of the work ethic and like keeping that level? Kind of earning that starting spot and now trying to keep it.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, our team has so much depth, and anyone can take anyone's spot. Anyone can play anywhere. So I think just kind of like mentally staying locked into every game and taking it game by game has been like the biggest thing for me, and just like allowing myself to still learn while I'm playing in these important games, and taking like people like Marta and Mo and a lot of people that have more experience than me, and just watching their film and like how they play, and just kind of always just trying to stay level headed and learn as much as I can.
Kind of mentioned like everyone can play everywhere.
Yeah.
With you only being out of college, for most years now, how have you had to shift your mentality just in terms of like playing in a specific role when you were in college to basically, having the option of playing in various places in the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a learning curve, but I enjoy, playing in different spots, getting in different pockets on the field. So just being able to be multi, like, I'm a multiplayer that can just, go anywhere and get anywhere out. But it makes you a better soccer player overall, just like being able to play anywhere on the field. And I think that's, for me, it's like helped my personal development, playing out wide, playing in the midfield, playing in the six. So I think, yeah, it's been great. And it's really cool to like everyone here that he trusts us to play anywhere on the field, and anyone's going to do it to the best of their abilities.
Go back to the last game. I mean, it was a 0-0 draw. It was the first time you guys hadn't scored in a long time. But it almost felt like a loss.
Yeah.
How impressed are you with the team of like the mentality that you guys have kind of adopted this season, where it's a result, but it still feels like a loss like that.
Yeah, I mean, we want to win every game. That's been our goal. And especially when we create so many chances like that, it kind of feels like a loss because we feel like we deserve to win that game. So I think, yeah, it's just our mentality. Like, we are wanting to win every game. We want to win the Shield. We have high expectations that we set out from preseason. So any result we can get, we'll take it. But
So they're saying they want to win the Shield.
Yeah.
So,
Seb's old school, man. He's English, bro. The Shield is everything, Like, obviously, we won the
yeah,
cup
well,
too, but
give me that cup,
look,
man. Yeah,
you
give
can
me that.
control the Shield more. That's what I'll say. You can control winning your. It's easier I think, to win your league games than it is to win the cup game. It's all or nothing in the cup games.
No, do you know if I'm sure the NWSL champion goes to that Leagues Cup tournament that they're doing, right? The no Champions Cup for women, right?
I'm not sure exactly to do more research on the rankings, but it's like, yeah, if you I think it's probably going to be the Shield winner and the Cup winner gets put in the Champions League.
Okay, so let's do that. Either or, I'm happy.
Obviously, we want to win at the end of the day.
Even though you and the team didn't get the exact result y'all wanted in the last couple of games playing it away, the fact that the team is still undefeated, still at the top of the table, what does it say about the team right now?
Yeah, I think we just have pride in who we are, and we really trust each other, and we want to win for each other.
Pride
we
on
have a
who we
really good
are.
culture on this team about
Pride
fighting
in the
for each
pride.
other every single play.
We
And
got pride in the pride.
it comes down from Seb to our other staff and within like us in the locker room. We all really enjoy each other's company on and off the field. So I think just doing it for each other and like having a bigger purpose at the end of the day has led us to a lot of success.
How much joined by head coach Seb Hines? So thank you for the time as always.
Man, I mean, you gotta admit, Sam looks different without the glasses on.
Yeah. Do you feel like he's not cooking without the glasses? Do you feel
That's
like he has
right.
the glasses to cook?
He's not tactically being savvy. Yeah.
No, we're excited to be back at home in front of our own fans. It's been a while, so yeah, it's exciting. Friday night should be nice. It should be good. After Utah's last result, we can't take them for granted. We have to be on top of our game. After the game against North Carolina, we were disappointed not to come away with 3 points, but the performance was terrific. Their attitude, their commitment, going to an environment like that and putting a show on like we did. I was really impressed with the players, and so we have to continue with that same attitude, same mentality against Utah, and hopefully get a couple of goals and the 3 points.
Kind of going off of last game against Utah, you got a result at their place. What are you kind of expecting from them, having played them already?
Yeah, I think it'll be very different. You got to remember that was our first win as well, so that was nice. I know there was a little bit of tension going into that game after 3 draws, but to get the 3 points away from home is always challenging and difficult. They've got some personnel changes. Amy's changed some of her staff as well. So again, they should be high in confidence after their last result against BFC. And so coming to our environment, we always want to challenge the opponent and make it difficult for them, and it won't change against a team in Utah.
Playing on Friday with the significance of this game, the Radnor City game, how important is it to be able to kind of represent the city with these significant games?
Yeah, it's massive. I go back to last year. That was a standout performance against a good Portland team, and having the fans there,
Yeah, that was impressive.
really driving the players is so important. You look around the league now, and the attendances are going up, and you see teams like getting over 10,000 fans out there, and we want the same for us as well. The players are putting such amount of effort into every performance, and it's great to see. And we want the fans to come out there and see it also, and get behind the players and support them through this second half of the season. And again, Friday night's a great opportunity for that.
So we talked to you last week going into North Carolina, saying you guys wanted to get more of the result. You guys are still.
I like the way he's been able to change tactically in every game, tweak things around. I think that's impressive.
Yeah, it's brilliant. If you would have said at the start of the year that we'd go 13 games unbeaten, I would have probably laughed in your face. So, it's incredible what we're doing right now. Being unbeaten in this league and some of the environments that we've been to, North Carolina away, San Diego away in the last two, and come away with a point, it's been terrific. Home games really matter though, and so again it goes back to having the supporters there to push the players on is really significant for our performance. But yeah, we're playing some good football. I think there was a bit of a contrast from San Diego to North Carolina. We were a lot more aggressive, and it was great to see the pressure that we were putting in that environment. North Carolina are a very good footballing team. They like to get over 600 passes, and we were very much on par with them and create some really good opportunities, which all year other teams haven't really got those moments. So that was pleasing to see. But again, we want to score goals, and we want to win games of football. And so yeah, it's a quick turnaround, but I think it's a nice way to look back on and move forward on Friday against Utah.
In years past, a draw would have been a great result for the team. Now it's kind of a disappointment point when you guys want to get those wins or expecting those wins. What does that say about the club and the team now that you and the team are at that position now?
Yeah, I think I'm very, humble and understand how far this team has come. You go back to last year against North Carolina. We lost 3-0 and 5-0. So a lot of the players were part of that, and to keep them at bay and get a clean sheet at North Carolina, we have to take the positives away from that. No team also hasn't got any points in Wake Med Stadium, and so yeah, we have to be humble. We have to take the positives. I think reflecting back on.
There you go.
So, I think, like we said, is what Seb is saying. That we'll take it. We'll take it, and we'll move on to the next one.
Thank you, Seb.
Jen here says, if you went back in time to preseason and told me this was our record halfway through the season, I would laugh at you and ask you what you smoked and if you had any to share. Jen, yeah, I mean,
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'd say we're flying high, is what I'll say. This is Also, it's funny there. Seb said that the last time we beat them was the first win. And then we won, what was it, 8 on the bounce after that? So maybe we'll beat Utah and win 8 more right after that again, That would be nice. But I would love to get, obviously 2 draws is nothing bad there, but let's get back on winning ways. Let's get 3 points here against Utah.
Luis, so pretty
ahead.
much we play Utah Friday. And then after Friday, we are pretty much away the whole month of July.
Yeah, there's so many these chunks of away games.
Yeah, so we have Angel City, which it's another, they're going to try to murder us too. Then we have the game, Casey Current, July the 6th, right past 4th of July and all of that, right there. And then you have Houston Dash, Kearney Peterson's team. And then you have September 1st, the next home game, it's against Gotham at home. So from
That's
June
the
20.
thing. If you don't come to this one, you're not seeing us home again until September.
Exactly. If you don't come to this home game, you don't see the Pride until September.
That's wild, man. We
Wow.
real gotta really appreciate this home game because I love
That's why
watching
we
this
gotta go
team
all
right
out.
now. I
We
love
gotta go
watching
all
this
out.
team in person. Obviously, we're gonna have this is NWSL. There will be, I think, some home games obviously in there from, like Jen says, League MX Summer Cup. But if you're a season ticket member, that's not included right now. I don't believe. Maybe they will include it, but in terms of NWSL games and the league games at home, we're looking at a long time away. But yeah, so it's gonna suck. But regardless, Luis, we will support all the time, whether it's home or away. We'll be doing Pride Talks. Apologies, we didn't get to one after the last game. It was just not the right night for us to do it. Lineup, Luis. Let's do our lineup for the Utah game.
Yeah, sure. Give me right here. Hold on. Let me do the lineup real quick. I was
Jennifer says my STM rep gave me 4 free tickets. Season tickets should call their reps and ask if they want to go. Good to know. I mean, I think they probably will send out an email, right, or something. I imagine they're gonna want to promote going to the Liga MX Summer Cup, and kind of like we've seen with the Open Cup in the past, and with the men's side, where they'll like throw in some tickets for season ticket members. Rachel says we got that email. I probably just missed it. I've been busy, Luis. So there you go. You can sign up for Liga MX tickets. You don't have to call. So there you go. Get your Liga MX tickets if you want to go as a season ticket member. Sign up for that one. Also, Luis, on Friday, there is a season ticket member event. So at the Broken Strings, just down the road from the stadium.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm going to be going to that.
at
So if
what
anyone
time?
else is going,
At what time
come
does it
say hi to
start?
me. I want to say it's happy hour. I want to say like 5 or 6. I have to double check. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But the game's not till 8. So we've got time. We've got time to come do a happy hour.
We'll probably show up real quick, get a little
yeah, I signed up for that one. I got an email about that. I signed up for that one. I just must have missed my other email about Liga MX Summer Cup. So Friday, yeah, it's gonna be a good game. But let's do the lineup. Morehouse.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
I think it would be a little harsh to take it away from her, even though Sophia is ready. Maybe. I think we'll see. We'll see on that one. But right now, I think Anna keeps the position.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Morehouse, for sure. And then you got Rafa, which happy birthday, Rafa, right? Parabéns. And then Feliz aniversario, right? I think that's what they say in Portuguese. Yep. And then you have Kylie Strom.
Yeah, Kylie Strom at left center back. Carrie Abello at left back, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're gonna see Abello.
I mean, Hafa was injured last game, so maybe Hafa won't be back. It depends.
You think so?
I don't know. I can't remember exactly what was listed on the injury report. I don't think they specified, but maybe it's something she picked up way at national team duty, potentially. But hopefully Hafa's back. Let's say she is. And then
you have
Emily
Sam. And you got Sam's. Yeah.
The D mid, Morgan again was out last game, so I think definitely Haley 2, as Tom has referred to her now. Haley number 2 in there. Haley McCutcheon at D mid. So who next to Haley? I think is the question. You think we're gonna go for this pivot 6 again with just Haley back there and Summer in front?
I think we're gonna see. I think Angelina and Summer, right? Or Marta.
I think we'll see Angelina next to Haley in that deeper midfield role.
Okay, so you're gonna see like that,
and then like and then Marta in the 10 and like Summer on one of the wings, and maybe it's either Julie or Adriana on the other wing.
Yeah, so you're looking at Banda.
I think probably. I don't know. It's hard to say who gets dropped in this scenario if Angelina's coming in.
Adriana, and then Julie Doyle.
Yeah, I think maybe Summer's gonna go to the bench.
Yeah, I mean it's a stack. I mean, if Seb wants to ease in Angelina again, she could be subbed
Shinta
in.
believes that Angelina is going to be subbed in and not start. I can see that too.
I could see Summer
might
right
be too
here.
soon to push Angelina. Maybe Summer will play there again.
Yeah.
Rachel says maybe Morgan and Angelina alternate. Yeah, maybe we'll see Angelina start and then Morgan will come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shinta says she was really injured or just took a B-day week. For Hafa. Okay, got you. Was she really injured or did she take a birthday week?
Birthday week. Man.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, she came back from international duty, so she could have got something there. We don't know. Maybe she was just sick. Sometimes people are just sick. We think they're injured. They could just be ill.
We're facing Utah. I think this would be a great game to see Angelina start. Because if you play your double pivot for Morgan and Haley, I think it's a little too defensive for Utah. And like John said, we got to go all out and score some goals. So, not to say that
very aggressive lineup.
Right. Now, not to say that Morgan is not a attack-minded player, but I think I like her defending and doing that work. Now, I think with Angelina, it depends on Sab, but either way, if you change Angelina, you put Summer there, or you put even,
we haven't talked about Ali Limos.
Ali Limos too. We could see them, kind of take a little breather. Maybe we see Marta taking a little breather and have Summer and maybe Morgan right there, or Angelina dropped on the wing again,
Derek Parker says maybe what for Doyle?
Yeah. Ali Watt for Doyle. Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah. I really want Adriana, Banda, and Watt. Yeah, that's a lot of speed right there.
Really want Adriana, Banda, Watt front line.
Yeah, that'd be pretty. That'd be pretty impressive, right?
I get the feeling like they're trying to get Adriana, give her a serious amount of game time to get her going. That's the vibe I'm getting right now.
So maybe we could have, maybe people want, hear Morgan, again, Morgan, Haley, and then Marta, Adriana, Watt, and Banda. Like, that's a stack roster right there.
Rachel says, can we just have 20 people on the pitch? I mean, I'm down, we all just go play for Orlando Pride for a game? That'll be fun.
Watt just brings the press. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
She's fast.
She's rapid.
Yeah. So I think this is a great lineup. I don't know, what are your thoughts there?
I think it is a great lineup. I think the back six is, fairly determined. The question over who plays the D mid next to Haley. The front four were always, you know what I mean? Like Banda, yes, is the 9. The attacking 3 constantly changes. Seb's like, do I want to have Adriana because she holds the ball? Or do I want to have Ali because she's really fast? Or like
Summer could play also right there instead of Watt.
Like he picks and chooses the attacking players, I think. Or like maybe you want to play Angelina up there more and like have her be a bit more, I want to play a attacking mid who's more of a ball possession midfielder than a straight out attacking midfielder. There's so many options what you can do with our attack, and I think Seb will pick what he thinks will be good against Utah. That's what I think. Against their weaknesses. Luis, your score prediction for this one?
I'm going to say 4-0 Orlando Pride.
Whoa.
You got a Banda hat trick.
Everybody drop your score predictions in the chat. We want to know what you think. I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to be a little bit less. Imagine if it's a Banda hat trick.
400
Imagine
goals.
Paula will lose it. If she comes to a Pride game and it's a Banda hat trick, I'm gonna make her buy a Banda jersey.
I guarantee
take her to the
you
store and say, you said you would get the jersey of whoever scores a hat trick, so buy a Banda jersey.
I guarantee you Banda's gonna have a new celebration.
I mean, that would be cool.
Maybe we get
a good celebration.
Maybe we get a little dance celebration in this game, Banda, if you're listening.
5-0 Banda hat trick, says Derek. 400 and
minus
one.
399
for them. 1 for them. Yeesh. Yeesh need to get that GD up. Oh, goal difference up. We got to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said for now.
Carolina. I mean, not Carolina. Kansas City are, they've got some good goal difference.
Yeah, they got 4 goals ahead of us.
Yeah. So this is a chance for that. This is definitely a chance to build some goal difference.
Yeah, I mean,
but more than that, let's just get the 3 points. They're gonna put up a fight. They're probably gonna be like 2 banks of 4. I imagine they're gonna sit deep, try and frustrate us. We're gonna have to break them down.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be 4-4-1-1 probably.
They're gonna look for Setner on the counterattack. It's almost that's like pretty much set in stone what they'll do. But anyway, that's everything on Utah Royals. A little bit of extra news, Luis. Something that is really interesting and has happened in the last few weeks. Sophia Smith, as everybody knows, decided that she wanted to play hide ball in the Portland Thorns game a week or so ago. If you haven't seen it, it's here on screen right now. It's been a big controversial topic all around the league. I don't know what she was doing. She's smiling and laughing like it was a problem. Like it's a joke, but it was obviously, quite intentional. And we bring this up because today the league, they appealed her fine, which was interesting. But instead of winning that, she has actually made it worse. So instead of having 1 game off, she's now. So the National Women's Soccer League denied Sophia Smith's appeal for a red card and deemed it frivolous, resulting in a double fine and the Portland Thorns losing the right to appeal any disciplinary action through the end of the 2025 playoffs. So they can't, that's it. You're one and done. The decision sparked widespread criticism and discussion amongst fans and commentators, with many expressing disbelief and frustration over the severity of the punishment for appealing a call. The NWSL Players Association intervened to ensure Smith was not suspended for additional game, but the league's decision to maintain the double fine and ban on appeals remains in place. So she's still getting fined, even though the NWSLPA tried to stop it. I actually support the NWSL on this one. I think what she did was too cheeky and too far and just silly and nonsensical and ridiculous.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I also think and like they said, it deemed it frivolous. I think it's ridiculous that you appeal that. I think the Portland Thorns should look at themselves and go, okay, let's punish our player for doing something stupid. And that is the right thing to do. Not try and get your player out of it, which was never what you think they were going to do. Like, oh yeah, it's just a joke. No worries. You can play her next game. I don't understand what they were thinking. So I support NWSL in this. I think that is the right decision. And as much as I like Sophia Smith from a USA soccer point of view, I think that this was stupid and silly and immature, really. And that she should be punished. So the right decision here. A few comments on this. Let's see. Jennifer says Smith was just wanted time off for her wedding and honeymoon. She had a honeymoon. She wanted to get to that second yellow. Portland is dumb. You can't appeal the second yellow. So you're saying that she had a honeymoon and they wanted to. Okay,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
even crazier. Just don't play her. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, just send her off.
The player associations lifted the suspension double. Is that what it says here? Okay. I think they appealed, but I don't know if it was, as per what I'm reading, as latest as an hour ago.
Well,
But
the ref belongs on OB.
Joshua Toll says, dang about Sophia Smith. Jay Texas said, Portland pissed off the committee. Rachel says they're going to wish they had to appeal with the rest we have. They knew they were not going to win, and it just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah,
I agree. I think that is just if they did why, I don't understand the idea that you want to appeal because she has a honey, like, just don't play her. Like,
yeah.
What?
Get invited to the honeymoon too, or to the wedding reception.
It's yeah. I mean,
there's an open bar right there.
I honestly, I don't really understand what the argument is that from the NWSL PA. Like, why does that have to do anything? I don't get that personally. I don't understand why they're being involved in something that is, if you're saying like this was wrong, I don't think so. I think it's the right decision to fine her, and I think it was the right decision to give her. I would have just sent her off for that. Forget the second yellow, Luis. I think that's a straight red in my opinion.
Yeah, it is a straight red. I mean, they do.
Clear and obvious time wasting.
Look, in South America, I've seen in Copa Libertadores people for the women's Copa Libertadores. The coaches will step up the box, and then they'll get a straight up yellow, double yellow, red card, out. You're out. Yeah, and I think this was clear. This was a stupid mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Shins is saying the NWSL is correct because Smith shouldn't get punished for a second team. The club made the appeal. I mean, I think I understand what you're saying is they shouldn't punish the player for the club appealing it. I don't know whether, how much the player is involved in that decision of whether they appeal it. I can understand that point of view, that you shouldn't punish the player for their club's appeal. But I think also they're punishing the club, right? They're saying, like, we're going to punish you by not allowing that player. And it probably says in the stipulations when you make an appeal that there's a chance that you could have this happen where double backfires on you. Rachel says probably the front office appealed on our half, but Smith got punished double for someone else's choice. Yeah, I mean, I can see that point of view. I can understand that if that is the case. Like I said, I don't know exactly how much involvement the player has in this side of things. So, alrighty. So they wanted to fine her a second time, and the PA had stopped that. So that's fine. I mean, I think the fine, might have been a bit harsh for a second fine. The second, I think there is a process where by appeal, you have the risk of doubling it up on your red card. That's very common. So that could be the case. But either way, I think just unnecessary from the beginning, unnecessary to try and do this. Like, yeah, it's just silly, in my opinion. Luis, do you have anything else you want to talk Pride or NWSL? Obviously, we've got the Olympics coming up. So that's going to be a big effect. We've got the Liga MX. The Liga. I can't even remember what it's called. The Liga Femenil. The Summer Cup. Let's just call it that. The Summer Cup. It has a very long name. The Summer Cup is coming as well. There's lots happening with the Pride. But most importantly, let's get this win on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. I think we need to get the W for the fans. Make sure that you guys come support the Pride. Tickets are pretty affordable. It's a great experience. You're going to see a lot of goals. So make sure you just, go come and support.
Yes, definitely. I want to say, bring your friends, bring your family. Like, if you've got someone who's like into sports or into soccer or into whatever, just doing stuff in Orlando, and you're like, hey, like, what are you doing Friday night? Buy them a ticket if that's what it takes. That's what I say. I'll say I'll bring you for free for one, and then you got to pay for yourself after that. And if you get them there, I think that's you know what I mean? Like, it's get them in the stadium, then they understand, then they get it, then they see it, then they're bought in, and from there, hopefully, they bring themselves back. I'm always an advocate of getting people to the stadium if you want them to come see it.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. It's great for you to definitely, you know, take advantage of this winning streak, and also make sure that you see exciting soccer, because they're the ones who are playing phenomenal soccer at the moment. So it's exciting. So don't get on the bandwagon when it's too late, and tickets are $150 to see the final.
I want to mention to everybody, if you've not seen it, go back and watch our awesome interview with Haley that we did a couple of weeks ago. Also, watch last week's episode that I did with the guys from Into the Channel. Check out their stuff. That was really fun to have them on. They were sad to miss you, Luis, but we're gonna figure out something in the future where we go over onto their channel and do a little bit of do a video over there. So look out for that and lots more exciting stuff to come on the Pride in the future. But for today, we are, Loud and Proud Orlando. You can subscribe to us on Loud and Proud Orlando on YouTube. This is the Pride Pod Live every Tuesday nights. We also do a City Pod on Monday and Thursday nights, or you can listen to us later on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have a Spanish language podcast that Paula does every now and then called Tiro de Esquina. So check that out. You can follow us on social media at LPO Podcasts. Sorry, at LPO_podcasts on X and Instagram, and as Loud and Proud Orlando on Facebook. Luis, I think that's everything. Final comments for you before we get out of here.
Let's we have again, it's going to be a Friday, the Pride, and then you got Saturday, Orlando City against, I think it's the Fire, I believe. So, double soccer again, and then you won't see the Pride until September. So, make sure that you're there, and Vamos Pride. That's it.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for leaving your comments, and Vamos Pride.
Vamos Pride. Take care.